guys, welcome back to ARTFX Studios, and you're watching the third video in a row of special videos about how to do mixdowns and mastering with free VST plugins. So in the last video I talked about the modern 1176ME compressor plugin by Antris, and today I want to look at a different plugin by Antris, which is the modern analoger. So I'm gonna add this one to the synths group, and I'm gonna add it before the compressor. Now this compressor is doing some sidechain compression. Now I'm putting this before the sidechain compression because when I put it after the sidechain compression, it will affect the sidechained signal. And we might get a little bit more volume that way, but it might also bring back the signal that I took out because it was interfering with the kick drum. If I put it before the sidechain compressor, it's actually going to apply the additional boost in volume before we're sidechaining the signal. So the overall volume is definitely going to be louder, but it's then afterwards going to be sidechained again. So the kick drum is still not going to interfere with the bass drum or with the bass and the synths. So that's pretty cool. Now let's see what we can do with this. So the modern analoger is a sort of like a tape saturation plugin. And I think it sounds pretty good, but you need to use it in really small amounts. As soon as you really boost this one, it definitely starts to add a lot of distortion. So I can show you this. Let's solo the synths group. Now this one also contains the white noise, which is that one. I can take it out for now. So it sounds pretty okay, but it's not really big sounding or anything like that. So let's bring this input up a little bit and let's see how this sounds. Because we're working with a synth and a bass line, we can get away with quite a lot of boosting. And that's because there's not really a transient to these sounds. When we add this on a drum bus, for instance, we need to be much more careful with boosting the input and the output. Now for this one, we can actually get away with quite some boosting. As you can hear, it still sounds pretty good. And I can add the color. Let's just bring that input down a little bit. Let's set it to the high resolution mode. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. Let's set this one to tube. Add a little bit of color and add a little bit of level. And let's bring the output up a little bit. Okay, let's just keep it at this level. And let's bring this one up a little bit more. So as you can hear, we made this a lot louder by just using this analoger. So let's see how that sounds in combination with all the other parts of our project. I can hear that it's becoming a little bit too loud, so I'm going to bring the output up a little bit. And let's A/B this. This was before. And this was after. So there you have it. I just made this whole synths group a lot louder. And I forgot to turn on the white noise, but with the white noise, actually made the synth group quite a little bit louder now, and I want to add a little bit more to this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Modern Black Dragon. I'm going to add it after the Modern Analoger, and as you can see, this is the Black Dragon. Now this Modern Black Dragon is modeled after a Pultec EQP1A. So it's actually trying to emulate a old vintage EQ, and I don't know, I'm not owning a old Pultec EQ as a hardware device, but my guess is that it sounds nothing like the original. But let's see what we can do. We can use this to boost this a little bit, so what I want to do is I want to add a little bit more sub. I find that the bass line in this particular one has quite a low amount of sub. Listen. So let's try to add some more sub. So you can hear we definitely added some sub. This is without. And this is with. Definitely added a little bit of sub. I can change the frequencies with this knob, so I can for instance set it to 100. Makes the bass sound a lot louder and a lot more well defined, I guess. It also has this attenuation knob, which I can use to take out some low end. My guess is that it's basically just acting like a high pass, so I'm gonna keep it at 0. Then we have this bandwidth. Isn't really doing that much on this, so I'm gonna keep it right there. We've also got a boost knob. Now you can use this one to boost a particular range of frequencies. So let's boost a little bit. So with that, we get a lot of more high mids out of this, and we can really make sure that this sounds a lot more defined in the final project. So let's bring that boost down all the way, and I'm gonna play this, and then I'm going to bring it up. And let's bring the attenuation up. So there you have it. We turned, by using these two plugins, we turned this, which is really low in volume, and we turned it with the Modern Analoger into something much louder. And then we used the Modern Black Dragon to add a little bit more presence and a little bit more sub. So this is without the Black Dragon, and this is with. So there you have it. It definitely became a lot better and a lot louder. So in the next video, I'm going to show you how you can make the drums even louder using a modern plugin again. We're going to use one of these. So I'll see you back in the next one. Peace.